the Insta360 Mic Pro, a new high-quality microphone from Insta360. To find out just how good Insta360's new microphone is, I compared it to the DJI Mic 3, also to help you figure out which one best suits your needs. I'll show you what's in the box, the different features each microphone offers, and I've recorded several comparison clips in real-world scenarios. This way you can find out which of the two microphones sounds better to you personally. The Mic Pro is available in different bundles. I have the version with one receiver and two transmitters here. In addition to the two transmitters, the package includes a carry pouch, a USB-C adapter for the receiver, a charging cable, a camera audio cable, two windshields, two magnets to attach the transmitter, and a very high-quality looking charging case with the receiver. The Mic 3's package contents are more or less identical, except that the Mic 3 comes with two additional black windshields. But these two microphones are very different, and you can see that immediately when you compare them side by side. And here you can also see the biggest drawback of the Insta360 Mic Pro in this comparison. It is significantly larger and also 7 grams heavier than the Mic 3. But, and you have to give Insta360 credit for this, they didn't just try to copy existing microphones like the Mic 3. They developed a completely new device with some very special innovations. And as we'll see in a moment, there's a reason why the Mic Pro is larger than the Mic 3. Or actually 3 reasons. The Mic Pro has 3 exceptional features that set it apart not only from the Mic 3, but from most other wireless microphones on the market. It features an e-ink display on top. Not just one microphone, but 3. Which allows you to adjust the pickup mode. And each transmitter has its own USB-C port, which is extremely useful as we'll see. But let's take a look at the 3 special features one by one. For me, the e-ink display is the coolest new feature of this microphone. While the DJI logo is quite prominent on the DJI mic, you can fully customize the image on the Mic Pro. That means you can display any image you want here. And of course, you can also upload 2 different images to the 2 microphones if you want. To do this, connect the Mic Pro to the Insta360 app and then choose from a wide variety of predefined images. There are images related to sports, cities, illustrations, emojis, or even just numbers or letters. But, and this is the really useful part, you can upload and display your own image. But why should this be useful? Unlike the Insta360 or DJI logo, you can upload your channel's logo or even your own company logo, allowing you to fully personalize the microphone. Here, for example, I've used my channel's logo and it looks surprisingly good. But simple high-contrast logos work best, rather than classic photos like the one from my channel. That's because this isn't an LCD or OLED display, nor is it a touchscreen. E-ink has a matte look and resembles less of an actual display and more of a printed image. It has the key advantage of consuming power only during uploads and updates, otherwise not affecting the microphone's battery life. The second unique feature of the Mic Pro is that, as mentioned, it has not just one microphone but 3, and that offers several advantages. In the standard omnidirectional mode, audio signals are captured from 3 sides and intelligently processed internally, and you can change the pickup pattern. In addition to omnidirectional, there is also a cardioid mode, where only sound from the front is captured. Other sources are suppressed. In this way, the microphone functions like a shotgun microphone and can be mounted and used on a camera just like a shotgun microphone. I use this mode to record this video. In super directional voice focus mode, the microphone focuses even more strongly on the voice directly in front of it. Other voices and sounds from the sides are suppressed more effectively, while distant ambient sounds are preserved. In figure 8 mode, however, sound is captured from the front and back, which is ideal, for example, for an interview or conversation. And the third special feature is, as mentioned, the USB-C port. And compared to the Mic 3, which no longer has a connection directly on a microphone, this offers 3 key advantages. You can charge the transmitter completely independently and without an additional charger, which isn't possible with the Mic 3. You can connect another microphone, such as a lavalier microphone, to the transmitter's USB-C port. In this case, the transmitter acts solely as a transmission device. Why is this useful? Perhaps you need a microphone that's easier to hide or smaller, or you're on a professional set and want to use a lavalier microphone uniformly for everyone, in which case you can simply connect a different microphone to the transmitter. The Mic 3, on the other hand, has neither a USB-C port nor a 3.5mm jack. This means there is no way to connect a more discrete microphone in a professional setting. And the USB-C port has another advantage. Just like the Mic 3, the Mic Pro can also record internally, even in 32-bit float. This means it records in a format with a high dynamic range, which also provides plenty of room for post-production editing. This is useful in case the audio was recorded too quietly or if there are overly loud noises. The Mic 3 also supports internal recording in 32-bit float, although only the Mic Pro can record internally in stereo due to its 3 microphones. But the problem with internal recordings on the Mic 3 is that it's quite cumbersome to download the files from the internal storage. This can be done either via the charging case or by connecting it to the app. The Mic Pro, on the other hand, can simply be connected to a PC or Mac via USB-C. It is recognized as a separate drive, and you can download the files. As a standalone recording device, it is therefore significantly better suited than the Mic 3. For me personally, that is the biggest advantage of the integrated USB-C port. And I think it's now easy to understand why the Mic Pro is significantly larger than the Mic 3. 3 microphones, an e-ink display, and a USB-C port. That naturally requires a certain amount of space. These 3 features, along with the size and design, are the most important differences between the 2 microphones, aside from the actual sound quality. We'll see in a moment that there are also relatively significant differences in the audio tests. Of course, the 2 microphones have many similarities. They both have an auto gain control, which prevents clipping when the environment becomes particularly loud. They both support 3 voice tone presets and 2 levels of noise cancelling. We'll compare and test both of these features shortly. They both have a timecode sync feature for synchronizing multiple devices. Each receiver can be connected to up to 4 transmitters and record 4 audio tracks in quadraphonic. Unlike the Mic Pro, the Mic 3 also supports the transmission of lossless audio. And unlike the Mic Pro, only the Mic 3 allows transmission on 2 different frequencies, which could lead to less interference in particularly challenging environments. Both have extremely long battery life. A Mic 3 transmitter lasts up to 8 hours, a Mic Pro transmitter up to 10 hours. With the charging case, the Mic 3 offers up to 28 hours, the Mic Pro up to 30 hours. So as you can see, they have some very similar specs. No matter what features these 2 microphones have, it's obviously extremely important which one sounds better to you personally. Both microphones have 3 voice tone presets. I take this recording using both microphones in standard mode, meaning without changing any settings. So this is how the Insta360 Mic Pro sounds when clipped to my shirt. And this is how the DJI Mic 3 sounds when clipped to my shirt. This is how the Insta360 Mic Pro sounds when I hold it in my hand in front of me. And this is how the DJI Mic 3 sounds when I hold it in my hand in front of me. Something that many creators have been doing lately. And as we've already seen, only the Mic Pro allows you to change the pickup mode. In the default settings, it's set to omnidirectional, so the microphone picks up sound from all directions. That means all previous recordings with the Mic Pro were made with omnidirectional. This is how the Mic Pro sounds when it's set to cardioid. The sound should be picked up more from the front. In addition to the standard preset, both microphones have a preset with slightly more bass. This is how the Mic Pro sounds with the voice preset full, which is the preset with slightly more bass. And this is how the DJI Mic 3 sounds with the voice preset rich. There is also a third preset. This is how the Insta360 Mic Pro sounds with the preset camera. And this is how the DJI Mic 3 sounds with the preset bright, which is designed to emphasize the higher frequencies. For this comparison, I connected the Mic Pro to the Ace Pro 2 and the Mic 3 to the DJI Action 6. That means without a receiver in each case. Both microphones are set to standard and the Mic Pro is set to omnidirectional. It's a bit windy right now, so I use both microphones with the wind muff attached, as you can see. As I mentioned, you can also use the Mic Pro like a shotgun microphone. And it will specifically pick up the sound from the front and focus entirely on the voice. The maximum transmission range for both microphones is specified at 400 meters. So these are of course not 400 meters, but as you can see, the transmission still seems to work fine. And I think this should be enough for most use cases. But if you connect a microphone directly to a camera, such as the Ace Pro 2 or the X5, the maximum transmission range lies at 50 meters. One of the Mic Pro standout features in this comparison is undoubtedly its noise cancelling function. For this test, I played a noise track through the speaker from the front. Both microphones support 2 levels of noise cancellation. This is how the Mic Pro sounds with noise cancellation set to weak. And this is how the Mic 3 sounds with the noise cancelling function set to weak. Now I've activated the stronger level of noise cancellation on both microphones. This is how the Mic Pro sounds with noise cancellation set to strong. And this is how the Mic 3 sounds with the stronger version of noise cancellation.
And this is how both microphones sound with the noise cancellation set to strong, even though I have to admit that this is a very bad and loud environment. Okay, so here it's a bit better. So this is how the MicPro sounds with the noise cancellation set to strong. And this is how the Mic 3 sounds with the noise cancellation set to strong.
In normal use, both microphones sound very similar to me. I like the Mic Pro a little better when I hold it right in front of me, like I'm here. The Mic 3's voice tone presets are a bit more distinct and pronounced, while the Mic Pros are more subtle. Noise cancellation works better with the Mic Pro. But I'm really impressed with how well this worked with both microphones by the river. But if there's one thing I know about audio, it's that judging audio quality is often very subjective. So what's your opinion on the two microphones in a direct comparison? Please share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And there's one extremely important topic we haven't discussed yet. The Mic 3 naturally supports Osmo audio and can therefore be connected to all current DJI cameras without a receiver and without any loss of quality, which is obviously a huge advantage. Of course, you can also connect the Mic Pro to a DJI camera, but you'll need to use the receiver. The same applies in reverse for Insta360 cameras and the Mic Pro. The Mic Pro connects to the Ace Pro 2, the X4 Air, the X5, the Go Ultra, and of course soon to the Luna, without a receiver and without any loss of quality. So if you've invested heavily in one of these two systems, a microphone from the same brand has an advantage. Of course, you can also connect both microphones directly via Bluetooth to a smartphone. But then, in the case of both the Mic Pro and the Mic 3, there's a significant loss of quality, and I wouldn't really recommend that. How much do these two microphones cost? And which one would I recommend? The Insta360 Mic Pro with charging case, receiver and two transmitters costs $330. Just a receiver and one transmitter costs $200. And a single transmitter costs $100. The entire Mic 3 bundle costs $260 and a single transmitter costs $84. It's therefore a bit cheaper. You'll find links to both microphones in the description below, of course. If you use the link in the description for the Mic Pro, you'll receive a yellow hard case as a free gift, and only for the first 20 purchases there is an additional 5% discount. I think the e-ink display is an excellent idea. The ability to customize the microphone's external appearance is extremely useful for social media creators and for corporate recordings. Whether these feature, along with the free microphones and the additional USB-C port, is worth the higher price is of course entirely up to you. But if you're looking for a good microphone for your Insta360 camera, there is currently no better option. And when you consider that a single microphone is a fully fledged high-quality standalone recording device, the price for a single transmitter is particularly interesting. If you have any questions, just drop me a comment. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the audio test. There will be a detailed tutorial on all the features of the Insta360 Mic Pro coming soon. Give me a like as feedback if you found this video interesting. Stay tuned and see you next time.